Don't have a coming.
Is your mom alone? Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, this one seems to be looking up. Let me turn this screen properly.
Yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Good afternoon. Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I wonder why my name is coming up over and over again. Why is it my name showing everywhere?
You're welcome. You're welcome to the fourth series of the Tech Grid. And I'm excited to be your host today. I'm excited to welcome you to join us today in this conversation. We'll just give a few more minutes for other persons to join us on this call. Excited to see Emmanuel, excited to see Mr. Tomiwa, excited to see Mr. Ako, excited to see every one of us here today.
You can mute the device around you.
So I started it at the end of June. Hello guys, you're welcome to the 4th edition of the Tech Grid series. I'm excited to be your host once again. My name is Andrew Bineweka, and today I'm going to as well be facilitating this conversation. We have 2 amazing speakers today. We have a speaker and then we have our host with us today who is also going to be lending his voice to the conversation. In our last series, we talked about robotic AI, robotic doctors, in the hospital. And one thing that was really exciting was there was a question that was thrown to everyone, and we simply asked, imagine you walk into a hospital and then you see, instead of a doctor like you normally see, you see a robot, doing and calls your name and then tells you to take off your clothes just to pierce you with the injection. How would you feel? How would that make you feel? And then we had a lot of people contribute to that conversation. And today we have yet another amazing conversation. Right before we get into the conversation we have for today, we're going to hear from our host, who is no other person but Mr. Ako Agemome. I'm going to read his bio quickly, and please, I'm begging your indulgence to engage. You have questions, put in the comments. If anybody puts a question in the comments and you have an idea of what the answer should be, you don't hold back. Feel free to contribute. Feel free to leave a comment, and from time to time, we'll give room for questions to be asked. By the time our speakers are done speaking, you have the opportunity to ask them questions. Once again, my name is Andrew Bineweka. I am a learning experience designer and an instructional designer. I work with WordMerit as an instructional designer, where I'm curating learning experiences for young people across 40 countries of the world. And I'm excited to be here today to also curate this experience for you. So let's get into the bio of our host. I'm going to read his bio quickly so that we don't have to read it again. I'm going to read his bio quickly. Miss Engineer Ako Agemome is the founder and CEO of SoftSpot Communications Limited. He is an ICT expert, a strategist, and AI and cybersecurity advocate. He's a seasoned ICT expert, strategist, and technology entrepreneur with over 18 years of experience in enterprise networking, wireless internet service provider, architecture, cybersecurity, and digital innovation. As the founder and CEO of SoftSpot Communications Limited, he leads groundbreaking initiatives that deliver broadband internet access, monetized Wi-Fi platforms, and innovative digital solutions across Nigeria. Fantastic bio. He is a certified Microtik network associate and a Harvard-trained strategist. Engineer Ako combines technical depth with strategic vision. He also holds a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering and a master's in business administration. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Internet Society. As a passionate advocate for digital inclusion and ethical technology, Engineer Ako believes that AI in healthcare must be rooted in equity, security, and accessibility. His work bridges the gap between connectivity, innovation, and impact, empowering communities to thrive in the digital age. No other person to be championing this conversation. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, please let's make welcome our host for the Tech Grid series, no other person but Engineer Ako Agemome. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I hope hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Thank you very much, our able moderator. Thank you, our speaker. Thank you all that has joined the session and all that will be joining. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to Tech Grid 4.2. They say money makes the world go round. Well, with AI, it's speeding faster, smarter, and sometimes in ways that make regulators sweat. But here's the thing. This isn't just about algorithms, crunching numbers. It's about the fusion of human insight and artificial intelligence, reshaping how trust, value, and opportunity flow in our world. At the Tech Grid, we believe AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to challenge us, to make finance more inclusive, more resilient, and yes, a little more exciting. So buckle up, fire up your AI assistants and your note takers, as I know that a lot of us already have embraced AI largely. We are not just observing the future, we are co-creating it, one bold idea at a time. Welcome once again to Tech Grid 4.2. Let's make this session both insightful and fun. Welcome to Tech Grid 4.2. Thank you. Over to moderator. Thank you. What's going on? Moderator, are you there? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. That was exciting, insightful. Guys, I want you to leave us comments in the chat box. I'm also going to put up the link to our YouTube channel. Perhaps you have people who are not currently in our community and you want them to also participate. If you can't, share the link for them to get on the community, you can share the link to our YouTube channel so that they can stream and follow us on this conversation. So I'm going to share the link now so that you can share on your WhatsApp status, you can share on all your platforms, share it to get the conversations out there. And back to our conversation. Today we're going to be talking about AI in finance. A very fundamental conversation that we must have with the evolution that is happening in different sectors, with AI disrupting a lot of things. It's very important that we get ahead in the conversation. It's very important that we begin to arm ourselves with the right tools, which is one of the things that the Tech Grid series has been established to do. And so from time to time, we come on here to have conversations, to allay our fears, to arm ourselves with the right information so that we can effectively and strategically position for the evolving work. Now, today we're talking about AI in finance, and we have a seasoned finance executive with us today who is going to be championing this conversation. Please prepare your conversation. So I'm thinking, you're probably thinking, okay, how do we bring AI into tech? If you have not played, how do we bring AI into finance? If you have not played actively in the artificial intelligence space, you probably have questions like, what role does AI have to play in finance? And then you have questions like, okay, if you are playing actively there, you are probably thinking of how do you deploy AI in maybe predicting the companies that will do well in the future, and then so that you can now begin to invest in those companies, those kind of things. I think it's very much prevalent right now in people who do trading. So you have bots who trade for you. You have bots who monitor, your trades and all of that. But today we're going to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak, Mr. Tomiwa Akimbile, who is going to be telling us, what it looks like, what innovations that we should look forward to, how we need to prepare ourselves so that we can get ahead of the curve. We are also going to have 2 games, so please don't go anywhere. We are going to have 2 games. I'm going to quickly just confirm to know if we have gifts prepared, because a little bit told me that there are gifts prepared for the first, the second, and the third winners of our game. So, we keep upgrading. The last time we didn't have any gifts. This time around, I believe, I just feel a sensation, that there's a gift prepared for the first, the second, and the third of our. Give me a moment to confirm that. While I'm confirming that, please leave a comment in the chat to let us know where you are watching from. Are you watching from Canada? Are you watching from Nigeria? Are you watching from, from America? Wherever you're watching us from, please leave a comment and let us know where you're watching us from so that we can also spotlight you. I think that bird did not inform me well. But that being said, we are going to conjure gifts. Mr. Ako, we have to conjure gifts, even if it's for the first persons who win the game today. We have to conjure gifts for them. So yes, I see that Ose Ikem is watching us from Texas. Fantastic! Thank you for joining us. I see that Dr. Fortune Musa is watching us from Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. I see Samuel is watching us from the UK. Thank you for joining us. Ehime is watching us from the UK also. Thank you for joining us. Guys, we have over 25 people on this call. Let us know where you are watching us from. I am watching you from the ancient city of Benin, and I'm excited to be here today connecting with our global audience. Let us know where you are watching us from before we get right into the meat of the matter. So while they conjure gifts for our first speaker, I just want to let you know we have 2 games that we're going to be playing like we did the last time, and then you have the opportunity to join in on the game and play the game. If you're also on our WhatsApp group, quickly go on our WhatsApp group and tell others that we have started. Tell them that we have started. Once we start, there's no going back, right? Once we start, there's no going back. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read the bio of our speaker for today. Our speaker today he has been in the banking sector for 16 years. When I saw it, I said, "Child, this man is a veteran." 16 years, you know what it means to work in a sector for 16 years? Guys, so pay attention. I see that Akko Hame is watching us from Lekki, Lagos. Oluwafemi is watching us from Port Harcourt. Thank you very much for joining. Emmanuel is watching us from Benin City also. Thank you for joining us. So ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our guest for today. Mr. Tomiwa Akimbile is a seasoned finance executive with over 16 years experience in Nigeria's banking sector, driving customer acquisition, wealth management, and profitability growth. He began his career as a wealth management executive at Marina Securities Limited before joining Guaranty Trust Bank PLC, where he spent 15 years mobilizing millions of dollars in deposit, championing financial inclusion, and achieving consistent revenue growth. He currently serves as branch manager at Globus Bank Limited, enhancing customer engagement and service quality. He is a skilled communicator and strategist. Mr. Akimbile brings expertise in retail analytics, financial advisory, risk management, and digital banking. Passionate about innovation, he is exploring how AI is reshaping finance through efficiency, customer engagement, and data-driven decision-making. Nothing beats data-driven decision-making. And guys, let's make welcome our speaker who is going to be taking us on this journey on how AI is disrupting the finance sector and how you need to position strategically to get ahead of the curve.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon from here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, the moderator. Thank you, our host, and thank you, everybody, for your time. My name is Tomiwa, as I've been introduced earlier. I work with Globus Bank, Nigeria. We are going to, all of us are going to be deliberating on the rising of AI, that's artificial intelligence, in financial industry. So this is a very broad topic, but what we are going to do today, we'll try to narrow it down to a field or a scope that cuts across each and every one of us that is here. So let me start with what is AI. AI is the use of a machine or software to mimic human intelligence in terms of learning, reasoning, and problem solving. So AI has come to solve problems. Artificial intelligence is a disruptor, which is to disrupt the way we do financial transaction, the way we invest, and the way we spend money. Before we get to this point where we are, we started from the 90s. Before the 90s, that's 1970 to 1980, before you can do any transaction, there has to be a physical meeting between the buyer and the seller. But now, we don't need to do that anymore. So the first disruptor was in the 1970s, where physical trading is now with electronic trading. And then when you are going to the stock market, you have to physically be present on the floor of the Nigerian stock market. But now you don't need to. From your house or from your mobile phone, even as a trader, you can trade from remotely. You don't need to go to the floor before you trade. So you can trade at different markets. You can watch what is happening in China and you'll be trading in China. You can trade in US. You can trade in any part of the world. So that is where we are today. So coming into the 1990 to 20s, we have the penetration of the mobile banking. So where people now do transaction on the internet. So 2010, we have big data analysis and machine learning entrance into the mainstream finance. So we now have to deal with big data, big volume of transactions. So, and coming to 2020, so we have the penetration of AI in the 2020s. So there's so many things that have changed in the finance industry. Into my presentation, I'll be talking about all these things. So we have the algorithms, that's trading innovation of market intimidation. So we have a situation whereby people now use robots to trade. So is this an innovation or is this an intimidation? Is this what's going to take the current job for any one of us if you're a trader or an investor? So can you absolutely rely on a robot or a software to trade for you? Can you commit your money to a robot to invest for you? So these are the things that we are going to be examining in our presentation. So we are democratizing wealth management. We are on the global scale. So we have platforms like Wayforce. So these are platforms that has been used in trading. So I will also try to bring it to our knowledge here. Okay, in Nigeria, what we normally do as a trading company is to trade from either you go to the floor, after analyzing the market, you check what the market is doing, and you go and invest based on your customer's instruction, or if you are a portfolio manager, or based on your own decision to invest. So we also have two types of indices. That we have the macro and we have the micro. The macro economy, this has to do with the inflation, the unemployment, and other factors that affect us at the macro level. Because when there is inflation in an economy, it's going to affect the way we react, the way we buy things, and our purchasing power. So that's how it cascades down to the micro level. So as an individual, as somebody that wants to make money, we want to scale up in our finances. How does all this affect us, and how does AI impact or affect all this? So research demonstrates robust advisory improve financial inclusion by making sophisticated portfolio management and accessible to previously underserved population. Now, in recent times, there is a lot of banks in Nigeria. They went to the market to go and source for fund. So there's a friend of mine. He refused to buy the primary market. And the reason is because he believed that it will take a time or a while before you can migrate your shares from primary market to secondary market. So why a lot of people are buying the primary market, he was buying on the secondary market. So, and now because banks are trading and they want to meet the capitalization, that's the new deadline by the CBN, a lot of banks have to post positive results and also incentives in terms of shares and dividend. So this make the prices of shares, especially Nigerian banks and the Nigerian stock market, to go up. So now, what are the objectives of an investor? Whenever you are going into an investment, you are supposed to set a goal. So that's where, even for robots, you can also set a goal. And this is where the robots assist in our investment decision. Now, if you want to invest, for instance, in a guaranteed trust bank shares, and your target, you must have a target. What is the purpose of this investment? Am I investing for 30 years? Am I investing for 20 years? Am I investing for just a year? So this is a goal. And what is my target? Am I exiting when the market price reach the next 100 naira? So these are what will guide our decision. So now, aligning with financial intelligence or artificial intelligence, you can now prompt your robot that when GT Bank shares gets to 100, prompt me so that I can sell. So we have a situation that's in the, I think that should be early 20s, when the Nigerian stock market started growing and everybody was going in. Because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of artificial intelligence and ability to be able to process data, both the banks, both the investors, everybody got caught. Because we have a situation whereby the market was growing in a way that nobody can explain. You can buy a stock at 10 naira today. In the next 5 days or 10 days, the same stock is trading at 15 naira because there is a lot of injection of capital into the market. Now, what Nigerians don't understand is that the same market that goes up comes down. So we have I think the global world economic downtime. So, and people started pulling out. Foreign investors started pulling out from the economy. And what happened is that the markets begin to drop. So a lot of people a lot of banks that have invested by doing share margin, that's share loans for customers, lost a lot of money because there was nothing to prompt that once the share price started dropping below the entry level, we need to get out of the market. So these are what has happened in the current situation. And we have also been able to provide solutions in terms of the Piggy Invest. These are software that have been able to mirror different age group and be able to provide investment solutions for different age group. There is an age bracket that can invest maybe for a year, but there are some people they can't invest up to a year. We can only do 1 month. So with all these solutions, we are able to look at your pattern, your lifestyle pattern, and be able to offer a solution that will be able to meet both your risk appetite and your investment criteria. So we have AI has been able to help in terms of customer survey. So persistent hesitation, which may prefer human advisor. So a lot of people prefer human being to advise them. And my take on this is that even if you are going to use AI, that's artificial intelligence, to get your information, you still need to talk to a professional so that you can cross-check the information with what is happening in the real life. One thing AI cannot do is to factor in emotions, to factor in some other things that cannot be quantified in investment decisions. So the take home for us in this meeting is that when you are as much as you rely on artificial intelligence for information, we must also engage the professionals to be able to guide and modify us in our decision making. So what AI does brilliantly, AI has been able to pattern to recognize and process massive. AI can help in predicting and in analyzing. So, and be able to analyze documents, a lot of documents at a very low speed or very fast speed. So on this, and we have been able to also use AI to do credit scoring. So if you notice in Nigeria, we don't have deep penetration of credits. Most of our investments are cash-based economy. But as a result of AI, we have been able to now do credit rating via the credit bureau, where we can now have micro lending and micro lending involve a lot of labor, that's a lot of human interference. But because of AI, we have been able to study the behavioral pattern of a customer and come up with a risk limit that we can take on that particular customer and be able to allow the customer to access credit. So we also have different platforms globally in terms of JP Morgan Coin, which has been able to review 12,000 legal documents and be able to analyze it. Do you know what it is to review 12,000 legal documents? You will need over 360,000 human hours by human lawyers to be able to process this. And this is what an AI can process in a few time. So in terms of judgment during unprecedented market conditions. So this is what where AI is lacking. There are situations that happen in the market which you cannot really predict. For instance, if you are an investor and you are investing in Qatar has the best record of safety all over the world. And based on that, you invest maybe in the hospitality business in Qatar. But just a few months ago, there is a bomb blast that nobody expects that Israel is going to strike Qatar. This is going to affect our investment decision or the return. Whereas there is no way an AI can detect the human behavior or emotional behavior or what is going to lead to such. So we need the combination of both the human beings and the artificial intelligence to be able to guide in this regard. So we also have culture, behavior, religion, which affect investment pattern. So there is no way AI can be able to, also emotional intelligence in terms of client behavior, and we have conflict resolution, problem solving. So in every organization, even at home as an individual, we have problem solving techniques or problem solving in terms of either communication, miscommunication, or different aspects. So you need human beings to be able to work with the artificial intelligence and be able to resolve or provide a better solution to this. So is AI a hype, or we are having real value in terms of value creation? From my perspective, AI is not a hype. AI is giving real value in terms of the way we turn out our work. It's making us to be a better person in terms of our output. Now, when it comes to investment, can AI or can robots replace trading? That's human trading. This is not possible. So any robot that promises you 100% or 200% return, that's a Ponzi scheme. It cannot work. So any investment that is promising you an unrealistic return, maybe because they said they want to use artificial intelligence, is not going to work. So any algorithms, any prediction that is promising such, it will not work. So this is a take-home from this meeting. So what are the genuine value creation that AI has been able to provide? So we have real AI applications that deliver measures and sustainable benefits across fraud prevention. In the 90s, we have a lot of fraud in the banking industry. And some people want to like, do we need to invest or do we need to invest on this sector because the sector is characterized with fraud? But with the emergence of different software or artificial intelligence, we have been able to drastically reduce fraud. So this is a good one from AI. For instance, if you want to transfer money to a fraudulent account, there are now software that is going to prompt you that account you want to transfer to has been reported as a fraudulent account. So you can now consider whether you're going to continue with that transaction or you want to go ahead or stop that transaction. So this has helped also. And also as a bank, we have issues with trying to analyze different patterns. Customers, different money is coming from left, right, and center. How do you know this is a fraudulent money? But now we have been able to develop a software that will detect if a transaction did not follow the transaction pattern of that particular customer, that money will be frozen. And the account officer or the relationship manager is going to be contacted to do a further, that's enhanced due diligence on that transaction to confirm if it's fraudulent and if it's not fraudulent. This has been able to save a lot of transactions or a lot of fraudulent transactions. So if you notice, the reports of fraudulent transactions has reduced, and stolen identity, we have a lot of stolen identity. Now with AI, we have been able to reduce incidents of stolen identity, and we have been able to also reach out with the unbank. Unbank are people now, almost everybody have access to internet facilities. So with the creation of AI, you don't need to have a physical branch. So the likes of Money Points, they don't have physical branches. So, and they were able to do huge volume of transactions, and this has led to proliferation of the fintechs in Nigeria. So this is another good one that the artificial intelligence has been able to do. And also for those of us that are investors, you can now invest across different countries by virtue of your mobile phone. So you can download software that can allow you to buy stocks in US stock exchange market, in any stock market in the whole world, and you can sell real time. So it has also improved customer retention and customer satisfaction. Now, for instance, you have your card and you need to get a card. Maybe you lost it or something. You can walk into a branch or and go through the ATM machine and get a new card and you do your transaction. So Nigerian bank blocked over 6 billion in fraudulent transactions in 2002. Have been able to expatiate on this, and also financial inclusion and customer retention. So the irreplaceable human element, why humans still matters most. We have been able to discover that we cannot deal with human beings. When it talks to emotional intelligence in terms of investment, in terms of analytics, what AI has been able to do is to be able to give us data that you cannot process with human capacity. So what we do now is to give the AI or the software that we're using to process this information for me. So based on the results, you can now know whether I should invest in this kind of company or not. I want to use the example of Suji Motors. Suji Motors is one of the leading real estate company in Nigeria and building phenomenal properties in highbrow area in Lagos. That's in the beginning of this year, and everybody wants to do business with that company. But recently, there is a declaration or a notification by the Financial Crime Commission that the MD is on the run. If you are close to the MD, it will explain that this is a transaction gone wrong. It went into public sector, and everybody know how the Nigerian public sector is. So now, for a company, in terms of strategic investment or strategic partnership, if you know that you are a reputable company and you know you want to dive into a sector that is very messy, especially the Nigerian public sector. So what you need to do is to make sure you mitigate the risk. So there is no AI that can predict this return for you. So you mitigate the risk and you say, okay, I can only do short.
Sorry to cut you, sir. Please, can you share your slide, please?
Okay, you can't see my slide.
No, sir.
We have not been seeing your slide. You know, it's been interesting, but we're not seeing a slide.
Okay, let me reshare it.
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. Samuel was the one that prompted this.
Okay, can you see my slide now?
Yeah.
Can you see my slide now?
Yeah, very clearly now.
Okay. Yeah. Or should I go back or?
No, it's fine. It's fine because of time. Yeah, I mean, it's been very wonderful. Even myself, I've been learning a lot. Okay. I didn't know that when you want to transfer now, it can prompt you and tell you that an account is fraudulent. I never heard that before.
Yes, that's what we have been able to do now. So this company now, if the company is quoted, their shares is going down, nobody will do business with this kind of company. So because of the information that is in the market. Now, most people have this information, but a trader in Ibadan will not still take decision until he has an engagement with someone in terms of investments. So what I would advise each and every one of us to do is that you can have your information from whatever software you're using, but you still need to talk to a professional or seek financial advice. So what is the future? Now, the future is good, especially with AI. So for those of us that are employee or that work in the financial sector, we need to upscale. We need to increase our learning because the AI world is moving very fast. So now AI will help us to be able to process massive data. You can't believe that even in a restaurant owner, you still need to use artificial intelligence in terms of getting feedback from your customers and to able to know what kind of food will my customer need or what is their preference. So as an investor, as a business owner, as whatever sector we are playing in, we need to upscale, we need speed, we need to work with massive data, and we will be able to serve our customers 24/7. So this is what AI has been able to do. So you can also predict the investment pattern of our customer. So also in terms of judgment, empathy, and cultural context. So this is where the human being comes into play. It's only a human being that can decide empathy, culture, relationship building, and conflict resolution. So we also have, when we combine this capacity, we deliver superior outcome through complementary collaborations. So we need to collaborate, both human and AI, we need to collaborate together. So thank you for this presentation. So if you have any question or you have one area that you need us to discuss or to elaborate on, you can.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this presentation, quite insightful. Just like what Mr. Ako mentioned, you have AI tools now that prompt you when you want to make a transaction. they prompt you to tell you that it's a fraudulent account that you are sending to. Thank you very much for showing us that insight, for giving us that insight. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your question. Also, thank you, Mr. Samuel, for pointing our attention to the slide presentation. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. If you have any questions, please do well to ask your questions. Do well to ask your questions. Do well to ask your questions.
Ask a question?
You can either put up your hand,
yeah,
and I'll give you the opportunity to ask a question,
yeah,
or you can put it in the comment. I think we have one person who has a question. Please, you can unmute your mic and ask. Your name is Guest.
Thank you, Sir Andrew, for putting together this wonderful meeting. Now, Mr. Tomiwa said something about AI being used in the financial sector. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. You said AI is being used in the financial sector. Currently, I'm banking with Globus Bank. As all banks in Nigeria, have they adopted this system whereby when you want to transfer to a fraudulent account, it notifies you? Because I've only seen that with OP. So has it been adopted by all banks? Has it been adopted by all banks, or it's just a few banks in Nigeria that are operating with this AI feature?
Okay, all banks in Nigeria have adopted this, but everybody has their modus operandi, the way they implement this. Okay, I will use, I have a customer that the WhatsApp was hacked, and they sent, the person is a politician, so as a public figure. So they send a WhatsApp message out that people should transfer money. So, but what I noticed, I also got the message because I'm the account officer before the wife called that my husband's account has been hacked. So, number one, this man does not communicate via text message. He calls. So when he need help, definitely he will not send message. He will do a phone call. So what we're able to do is to report that fraudulent account across banks. That one is back end. So we don't need to inform the public that this is what we are doing, because if you also let these guys knows what you are doing, they will develop a way around it. So what we do is to notify all the banks that this account is fraudulent. Any money that comes into this account, the money will come in, but it will be blocked. So there are some banks that will not allow the money to go. So there are some that they will allow the money to come in. So for majority of the banks, they allow the money to come in, but the money will be blocked immediately. And that money was returned back to the rightful owner. So there's somebody actually credited that account with 1.5 million. It was blocked and it was returned back to the rightful owner. So all the banks has adopted this, and it has reduced the incidence of fraud, especially wrong transfer.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. You didn't tell us your name, the person who asked that question. I see this man. It's good to see you here. Please, can you just tell us your name so that we can know who is speaking?
Okay, my name is Apostle Uyi.
Apostle Uyi, it's nice to have you here, Apostle Uyi. Thank you for your question. Thank you, Mr. Tomiwa, for your response. We also have two questions in the comments. We have Gold Queenette asking if what are the opportunities and the risk of using AI in finance? Will AI thief your money? And if you thief the money, where would it send it to? So just please quickly respond to that question before we take the next question.
Okay, AI will not steal your money. So the opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities for some of us that are very busy and you want to invest. So AI can guide you and provide suggestions on what to invest in, but you still need to talk to a professional. So that's what we're saying now. There needs to be a collaboration. So the only risk in AI is that the AI cannot read emotions. AI cannot read culture. It cannot read religion. So unless you prompt your software or your application to take note of this, but there is also a limit to what your prompts can do in terms of all this. So you need to talk to a professional for you to be able to invest rightly. But AI will give you all the information that you need and prompt when you need to exit, which you might slip up.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. So take the next question from Samuel. Samuel said, "Great presentation." Yes. He said, "How is the data security aspect of AI being tackled in the financial sector? Any ideas? Is there active investment being put into data security infrastructure and resources?" So he wants to know.
There's a lot of things that is going on in terms of data security. So we need to get certification. So all the banks are getting their ISO done in terms of data security. So data, we don't compromise data, especially when it comes to financial industry. So data is very, very important when it comes to financial. So we invest a lot. In fact, now most of the products that are being rolled out in the banking industry is as a result of the data that are being processed. So a lot is going on in that sector. So, and there is no bank, or almost all the units of every bank now has a data unit, or either data analysis or data processing unit, that all they do is to process data for the bank, both with the regulators and customers' data, and also make sure that customers' data are well secured. We don't compromise on customers' data.
Hello, hello everyone. This is Samuel Monoibi here. Great presentation, Mr. Tomiwa. So I think I'll just have to rephrase my question. So by data, I believe on the news, everyone has been aware of some data breaches that we've had in the UK for a while now. I think 3 months ago, Marks and Spencer's, they had a data breach that shut down the whole system for like a whole month. I believe everyone also heard of the British Airways or the airport attacks, where all the flights had to be cancelled like 2 weeks ago because there was a bit data breach as well. Also, I think was it Volkswagen that had the data breach where they couldn't access any of their systems. Cars that were being purchased, they couldn't see them. Repairs, they couldn't see them on the system because of data breach. Now, this data breach happened because of data centers. This basically doesn't really involve regulators or certifications or things like that. This has to do with the protection of the data centers. So AI is beautiful, and there's a lot of beautiful things that can be done with AI. But then the data itself, in a country like Nigeria, I believe then when I was in Nigeria, when I worked with Huawei, there were data centers in, was it Oriental Hotel in Lagos and places like that. Now we are trying to move toward AI as a country in Nigeria. Is there any initiative or investment that's being made into protecting these data centers physically rather than certifications and the usual maybe data analytics or data security engineers? Are there physical protections being put in place for the purpose of AI improvement in Nigeria?
Okay, yes, I can authoritatively mention that to you, but I think Mr. Ako will also help me in this in taking this question. For data center, we have a lot of data centers, and we are investing a lot. Both the country, we're investing. If you notice, in terms of if you want to get your international passport, so we are also trying as a country to synchronize all the data and have one data center, because we have a proliferation or a situation whereby somebody that is not a Nigerian is getting Nigerian international passports. So these are what is being worked on. So for bank, whenever we notice there is a breach or there is a threat to our data or to our server, Sometimes we shut down. That's when you see that we are having an upgrade or there is disruption, which will notify customers. But we are working and we keep improving on our data center. So I think Mr. Apple can also take it from me.
Thank you, Tomiwa. Thank you, Samuel, for that very brilliant question. My understanding of the question, you're talking about physical security, not remote site security or the standard security protocols for data centers. Yes, the data centers in Nigeria, a couple of them, Medallion, a lot of them across the country have, apart from the normal access control and there's physical security. There's purposely puts in place security for this. Of course, we know those infrastructures are critical because everything we do now, including banking and a lot of other things. I mean, just this last week, we had to fire up a couple of servers in data centers, and they are running critical applications. So these things need to be protected. And Nigeria and the owners of these data centers, you should also know that they're private entities. So they understand the implication of these facilities going down or being breached physically, and they put the things in place. And the government is providing support because NCC, NICDA, Ministry of Technology, and all those ministries, they are all working together to ensure that these things actually work. That's the truth. ICT technology is one of the most kind of that you can argue that the kind of things that you see there is at par with the West when it comes to Nigeria. The initiative that is being put in place. So yes, physical security is well accounted for in these facilities. That I know. And some people here in the group in this meeting, I know that they have a lot of interactions with data centers, and they can speak to this because they are users of data centers too. So yeah, to your question, there's security in place. Samuel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ako, for the question answer. Thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa. That answered my question. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for engaging. Nothing beats a conversation with people who are interested in engaging. So we have a question from Gold Queenette. She's asking, how is AI changing customer experience when it comes to retail banking? And yes, guys, give us thumbs up, leave us comments to let us know that we are doing well. Yes. So Queenette is asking, how is AI changing customer experience when it comes to retail banking? So we'll just hit that quickly so that we can take two other questions before we move on.
For retail banking, you need a lot of human beings to be able to do retail. But with AI, we have been able to provide solutions whereby you can open an account without visiting or being physical contact with a bank. You just download your application and get onto the account and you start doing your transaction. So if you need to upscale, that's increase the limit, that's when you need to submit some documentation so that the bank can have KYC. But banking the unbank, like today now, if I can open account for 20,000 customer today, and all of them will get account number and they will be able to download the app and they will be able to use their card. This is as a result of AI. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. So let's hear Adesua Oche has a question. She's asking, how will AI affect jobs in finance, from traders to accountants to customer service agents, and as the case may be. We also have another question from Osezele. She's saying, do you think AI would cause bankers to lose their job? Particularly, I think it's the same question. So
okay. Let me take this question. Let me take it from IT perspective. Let me take this question. Tomiwa, you can also weigh in. Well, let me just quickly take this question. Now, on the question of whether AI will take bank jobs away or finance jobs away, I'm saying this because this is the reason for the tech grid. Like we say, a stone a man sees coming cannot blind the eye. We know that we are seeing the trend. We are seeing how things are going. We are doing these events just to create some illumination for people and say, oh, okay, this is how things are going. How can I position myself correctly, to continue to be relevant? Now, I would say, well, no, but AI will absolutely replace tasks, but it won't replace humans in banking. Tomiwa has alluded to this earlier. AI will replace routine, repetitive work like basic data entry, compliance check, fraud flagging, and loans approval. They will increasingly become automated. Now, remember, AI shines in speed, accuracy, and efficiency with no coffee breaks, no excuses, no timeouts. It just keeps doing its job. But banking is not just transactions, as we all know. Yeah, I mean, when you get more into finance and economy and economics, you realize that a lot of things depends on the other party, how you perceive them. So banking is not just transaction. It's about relationships, trust, and judgment. When a family is restructuring a mortgage, for example, let's say in the UK or somewhere else, we do a bit of mortgage in Nigeria, or a business is seeking growth advice, empathy and contextual understanding are crucial. These qualities, AI doesn't yet possess them. What AI will really do is to reshape roles. Instead of bank staff spending hours processing paperwork, they will focus on advisory, strategy, and customer engagement. In other words, AI will take the grunt work out, the hard work, so to speak, while humans will handle the great work. In fact, various studies by McKinsey, I don't know, McKinsey is one of the world leading global management consulting firms in Chicago in the US, suggest that the future bank will be AI first, but human-centered. A model where algorithms crunch the data, but humans define the value, build the trust, and make the ultimate call in sensitive cases. So the right framing isn't AI won't replace bankers. No, that's not the right framing. It will replace bankers who refuse to work with AI. So the people that are rigid, that's why we're trying to ease the rigidity so that you can see and know that it is coming. When you know, usually you're a bit more flexible. The winners will be professionals and institutions that learn to collaborate with the technology, turning it from a threat into a formidable partner. So that is my question to that. So we should note these because I think that is the main thing that a lot of people are worried about. A lot of things will change, but does it have to change for us negatively because things are changing? That's the question. I have just made some points and you should please consider it. So you need to upscale, you need to reorient yourself, you need to plan, look at the trend, you need to unlearn and relearn so that as things are moving, you can move correctly with it. Of course, naturally, some people won't move with it because they will be a bit too rigid and they will fall on the side. But, we're encouraging you not to be one of those people. I hope this answers those two questions. Tomiwa, if you have any angle from yes, please, you can please pitch it.
Yes, I agreed absolutely with you. And we have a live scenario. Last week, my former secretary was told to go. So exactly what you have said. So I'm speaking to the person that asked the question. Maybe you work in a bank and you're afraid that is AI coming for my job. What you need to do is to upscale. And how do I upscale? There are so many software, there are so many certifications you can get. So, and you let your employer or your bank knows that I have this and this is what I can do, so that they can transfer you to another unit where you will be more or you'll be adding more value to the bank.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those contributions. Thank you for your questions. I really appreciate that you're asking those questions, because it's very important that the conversation is tailored to bringing value to youth. Yes. So at this juncture, we're going to have our games. Yeah, we've been waiting so much for this
Can
game.
I ask one question before you start your game?
That's Dr. Fortune Musa. Please.
Okay, let's have your questions quickly.
Thank you. Tomowa, thank you very much. I've been following your conversation. Very, very informative. The question I'll ask you is, where do you see the growth in the finance sector? You know, like from what I got from you now, it's inevitable that jobs will go, because if you're advising people to go and learn some kind of skills that will make them relevant in the scheme of things by moving them to other departments. So clearly, we know that AI will take some jobs, even if you need humans to intervene. But where do you see the growth, so that you know, at least professionals will start to like kind of prepare themselves and make sure that they are not caught up with this tsunami that is inevitable? Thank you.
Okay, there is growth in every industry or every sector. Now, look at Mr. Engineer has also mentioned it. We still need customer service. We still need people to attend to customer, because we need people to resolve conflicts. So you as a person, you need to upskill. Now we are going to need a lot of people when it comes to investments, because now we are going to have more volumes of transaction. For instance, if you look at it, we think, oh, we're now having new banks coming into the industry, but it's still looking like we don't have enough banks, because the transaction volume is increasing. So there is no sector or no industry or no particular department that you cannot look at. You can look at credit analysis and improve yourself along that line. You can look at fraud detection and improve yourself along that line. Customer service, improve yourself along that line. We're now having a situation whereby customers don't need to come to the bank. In terms of loan administration and also marketing, sales. So banking is not deposit and credit anymore. It's now an experience. So a lot of banks are now offering investment solutions to customers, elderly customers, young customers. So these are areas that we need to improve ourselves on. And we will be, as I'm talking to you, I need staff to work with. But I'm not getting the right kind of people to apply for the job. So I need people to work with, but there is no bank today, or let me say the new generational bank. We have a lot of vacancies. I've done so many adverts, but the right people are not coming. So that is the issue.
Okay, Tomowa, wait, let me take you back a bit. You know, the market has not matured. So we can't really take the data of saying that there is demand for hire and you are unable to get the people right now. We are looking at, you know, mid-term, long-term plan. When the market evolves to the point whereby AI will kick in, because I know that from experience, some banks, even in the US and in Canada, Europe, you hardly go there. You can almost do everything on the phone. First of all, with the machine. It's only when the machine cannot resolve based on the trained robot or their knowledge base that they transfer you to humans. I am saying that the humans that are working today, in the Nigerian space today, is a different problem because it's just evolving. We have not fully tapped into the capabilities of AI. So we are saying from now, where is the growth area? What will people start to do now to be able to position themselves? Because if you need maybe like 20, 30, 40, 50 people to do risk analysis, for example, in different locations, maybe one agent for one desk using AI will be able to achieve that task, thereby cutting off 30, 40 jobs, which is inevitable. Do you understand? So you still have the human interference, but you now need to use the machine to help you cover volume and all that. Okay. Where is the growth with human? With the growth,
I can tell you straight up, the growth is credit. The president has mentioned it. I also mentioned it in my presentation, because Nigeria is a cash-based economy. You cannot grow an economy based on cash. Credit. You can see it. You can see it everywhere. That all the fintechs that comes up with credit products, all of us that are conventional bank, we are shying away from it, thinking, oh, this place is too risky. But with the aid of technology, with the aid of AI, they have been able to penetrate that market, and they are doing fantastically well. The likes of OPay, the likes of MoneyPoint, and the likes of the Kuda banks, they are doing very well in that industry. So if I were advise somebody now, go and equip yourself with credit skills, either credit analysis, loan monitoring. And now we are going to be having a lot of people that are going to be doing recovery. So recovery agents. So all these pointers, those are the where we are going to, and we are already going there. You can now see people are now doing a mortgage in terms of mortgage loan in Lagos. Maybe we don't have much of that in Benin, and car financing.
So you have hit the nail. You have hit the nail. You have hit the nail. Well done. Thank you very much. I hope everybody got it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I see someone asking this question: how AI is going to be efficient in engineering. So maybe we'll have a series where we'll look at AI in engineering, right? The person is also asking about AI in medicine and surgery. We had an edition where we talked about AI in the health sector, how AI is disrupting the health sector. If you go on our YouTube channel, I'm just going to quickly copy the link and share again. If you go on our YouTube channel, you can catch up on what we said about AI in health. But for AI in engineering, perhaps we would have an edition where we'll talk about that. Yes, thank you very much. So I've just put the link to our YouTube. You can go there to catch up on the edition about AI in health. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I'm just going to hand over the reins of this conversation to another young man who is going to moderate or facilitate the game session. Get set to win. I see Igbenedion Osaretin and his goons. They are asking questions, they are engaging with us. Thank you for joining us. How many of you are over there? I see over 10 persons there. How many of you are there?
That's St. Augustine's College, Ugara.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
35 of you. Wow, awesome. I think we should capture that data. It is nice to see all of you. I'm excited to see you guys here participating in this conversation. These are the leaders that are going to shape the future for us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Okay, so I don't know, Mr. Samuel, are you ready for us?
Sure.
You're sure you're ready for us? You're sure? Let me spotlight this. Let me spotlight you so that our YouTube will capture you. Samuel, what are you doing? Samuel, I want to spotlight somebody on our YouTube channel. I want the whole world to know that young boys from secondary school are tuned into this conversation today. Yes.
Samuel.
Yes, fantastic. Well done, guys. Well done. We are rooting for you. So, over to you, Samuel. Take us away.
Okay, welcome everybody. We are going to have a game to ease the tension that has been brewing. It has been a very nice conversation to and fro. We really enjoyed Mr. Tomiwa as he spoke about his take on AI. So we really appreciated also the host, Mr. Ako. on his take too on the security aspect. So it's time to just play some game. Yeah. So he said that all work and no play. Okay. So I'll share my screen. He's normally said that all work and no play makes Jack a what? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now so that I will join for the game. So on your chat box, if you open your chat box, you are going to see the link to the game that I dropped. You can all just click on the link and then join. So I'm going to be pasting the link again. Okay, so I've pasted the link again. we can see others joining. Right now we have 2 participants. Okay. I think we have about 40 on the call, so okay, so we have 40.
There are 40 people plus 34. Because there's one person that represents 35.
34, yeah. So we are much. I expect to see many participants on this hot game that we're going to play.
Where's the link to? Let me just scan.
Okay, so we have 8 participants right now. 9 and counting. Wow, that's nice. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it. Okay, we are 13 already. That's good.
Let's have 15. Let's have 15%. Yeah, each time you have to wait for that.
I'm going to wait for okay, if we can have like 20 people, that'll be good. That'll be good. 20 people. 15 people. Okay, so before the 20 people join, I have a question for Mr. Tomiwa. Okay, and the question goes after the game. We can just address it a bit. Yeah, the game is the question is what is our strategy for insider threat detection enhanced by AI behavior analytics without violating privacy regulations? So,
can you take it again?
Okay. What is our strategy for insider threat detection enhanced by AI behavior analytics without violating privacy regulations? Okay, so we have 16 people.
Just to confirm that you heard the question, sir.
Hello?
Did you get the question, sir?
It's talking about insider threats detection.
Yes.
Without
violating,
compromising.
Yeah,
Okay.
privacy rights, yes.
Privacy rights. Oh, yes. Okay. Should I take it now or after the quiz?
After
You take it after the quiz, sir.
Okay, so we have 16 people. So okay, I think we can start now with these 16 that have already joined. Okay, 17. Okay, so because of time, I guess we only take 17 and then we are going to start right now.
Did you meet everyone?
Samuel, could you put that question for Tomiwa in the chat, the way you asked it, please?
Okay, sir. Okay, I'll put it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are starting the game now. And yeah. So this is the first question.
Guys, the game has started. St. Augustine Ogara, game has started. It's counting down.
The game has started. So 11 seconds, 10, 9 to answer the question. This one is easy. Everybody should get this one. Everybody should get this one. Someone chose automated investment. Well, okay. Artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the answer. The next question. Wow, very interesting. This is interesting. These questions are blocked, man. Wow, so the answer to this is robo-advisor. Wow, that's nice. So we are learning something new. We will learn new things from this game. So let's crack our brains. Nobody should use AI. Nobody should use AI. So the answer to this is flash crashes. I'm learning a lot of new things from the game.
Machine learning model is commonly used in credit scoring.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Wow, decision trees. So decision trees is used in credit scoring. Wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting one. Okay. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Okay, so we are going to see the answer to this. And the answer is money laundering. Okay, for now, Sele is leading the leaderboard. 5 over 5. Can someone overthrow him?
Was he not giving me a second?
So let's go for the next round.
Suspect you and suspecting the judge.
Let's go. Question number 6. Let's see whether Sele can keep it. This one should also be easy. Yeah, trading algorithms. Let's go to the next question. 7. True or false? AI trading bots can sometimes trigger market flash crashes. Is it true or false?
True. Only in crypto. Non-interest rates. It's non-interest rate.
Okay. Let's go. It seems the questions are tough. Some banks use AI deep reinforcement learning to manage portfolios. The biggest risk of this is what? What is the biggest risk of?
That's some there, not OME, some.
Yeah, that's some. That was a typo. Okay, so let's see the answer to this. Overfitting. Yeah, overfitting is the answer. And then the last question of the day. Let's see if Sele can keep his crown or not. Okay, so let's see the answer for this. And the answer is catching fraud versus avoiding false alarms. So are we ready to see the winner, the overall winner? So it's time to see the overall winner for our game.
And before we announce the winner, we have to confirm if we have our gift ready. Plus, I feel like disqualifying this game because my phone went off. So since I was not actively engaged, I have the prerogative. Okay, so let's Sammy is laughing. Let's hear who the winner is quickly.
Okay, so let's, and the winner goes to Ose Ikem. Wow, that's
wow.
couldn't keep his crown.
Sele, what happened to you?
All the way from Texas.
I was at St. Augustine College. Wow, 5th.
I mean, I think that is actually very good.
Yes. So who is Ose Ikem?
Who
is Ose Ikem?
From Texas, the lady from Texas, Dr.
Oh, wow, fantastic. So I see that I'm thinking that person is in finance.
No, she featured in one of our tech grades as a pharmacist.
Oh wow. So I'm thinking to be biased with this game because we have St. Augustine College coming at 5th position.
No, I think I would hold with that. I actually think that they did well because we're talking about this level is not secondary school level.
Yes.
And they came first 5. I think they did well.
Yes, they did well. They did well. So let's hear from our winner for today, Ose Ikem. Please just give us a short, what do they call it? A short comment. How do you feel about coming first in this our much talked about tech grid game? Okay, let me unmute you. No, it's how. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, now, yes. Hi, everyone. I'm surprised I came first. I do have a first degree from Nigeria in mathematics and economics. So I kind of just use common sense. This is not really my field. I'm in healthcare to just kind of weed out and get the right answers. So I'm very surprised and very interesting. I learned a lot today. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for participating. It's really exciting to see you here. I know you have like a plethora of things that you would have been doing today, but it's really exciting to see you here today. Thank you very much. Yes, Sele, I know a lot of people were rooting for you, but I just want to let you know that I'm excited that you did not win today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Ako, do you have anything to say to our winner today?
Well, I would say congratulations. I mean, it's an interesting one. I myself learned a lot because some of the questions were a bit tricky, and I mean, also our financial executive still proved himself, because he's well on top and unreachable in the leaderboard. So so everyone did well, and I'm particularly impressed at the children, their SS3 children at St. Augustine Ogara. So when they are getting their 10 questions, they're getting 5 over 10. That's 50% at their level. Imagine that they just moved up a bit small, just small. That's it. They are gone. They are gone like AI. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Everyone, thank you very much. Goodness, thank you very much. Sally Plays, well done. I know you tried, but this one was a bit challenging.
Yes, and I'm excited. Yes.
Thank you.
For me, I think Ose Ikem came first, then Mr. Tomiwa came second, and then St. Augustine College came third.
In which rating is that one? Is it Nigerian style of rating or rating?
AI rigging. AI rigging. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm really excited to be your host, to be your moderator for this session. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Quickly,
I think we should give the students something. I just think so.
Okay.
Yes. So okay, I will draw 50K for the student.
That's wonderful. Okay.
Okay, that's good. In this
Softspot will complement that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You never know. Participate in these games. If you don't participate in these games, how would you get over 200K now? From the look of things, over 200K.
you have on that skill of raising funds. I can see. It's all right. On behalf of Sophos Communications and
wow, awesome.
Of,
I don't know if anybody from St. College, if you are here, just unmute your mic, turn on your camera, and maybe say something to the people who have made some donations here today. And there's anybody here who also want to, pledge something else, please feel free to do that.
Let me complete. I'll say something. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so on behalf of Sophos Communications and the organizers of TechGrid, would gift 100,000 to St. Augustine College Ogara for, to me, the brilliant performance of the school in these questions, these very tricky questions, and we can see that we have the next Elon Musk and the next Jeff Bezos and all the big IT, giants coming from there. Thank you very much. Well done. You're muted.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate this. So we want to hear from you, St. Augustine College. You have something to say to us. We have two amazing guests today who have donated something to your college. So I want someone to take the mic and give us a remark.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Check your microphone.
Still can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Is your mic setting? Just check your mic setting. Okay, so maybe while they're trying to get the mic sorted, so once they can speak, we can come back to them.
Okay, so when you can speak, let us know. We'll give you opportunity to speak.
They are muted right now, though. You are muted too.
While that is being sorted, we'll move over to our guest, Mr. Tomiwa, and I think Mr. Ako also can throw more light to the question before us, and the question is about AI detecting fraudulent insider threats, and how, because there's a middle ground between figuring that out and, not infringing on the privacy of the person. So I don't know, maybe throw more light to that quickly, please, sir.
Okay, let me just say one or two things so Mr. Ako can wait. Okay, from our side, as a staff or as an employee, because we have access to privileged informations and which can be easily abused. So, and without violating your person. So what we do is that before you even join, so you are told, so you know what you are going in for. So because you are a staff of a financial institution, there are some things you cannot do. You are not supposed to buy the shares of the company where you work. And you are supposed to maintain decorum. So we check your behavioral. So there is all these things are stated you are aware of. So we also give access. We have levels of people with levels of access to information. So there are some people that have access to privileged information. So we believe you can manage those information before you are given access to. So we also have regulatory agencies that monitor, that's Data Protection Agency, And if you look at it, Nigeria is also signed to that treaty, I think, in the Europe nation, whereby we are meant to keep customer record confidential. And if a customer record is found to be linked, the bank will be sanctioned. So it's a very serious issue without compromising your rights. So you are informed before you start that you are going to be having access to privileged information, and you are supposed to keep it as an individual. So how can AI detect this? I think I will give it to Mr. Akop to handle that.
Okay, so the question is, let me see again. What are strategy for insider threat detection enhanced by AI behavior analytics without violating privacy? I think the first thing I would say is it has to do with governance and transparency. Now, in relation to governance and without infringing on privacy, all the policies that are put in place by governments and institutions, has to come to bear. Now, this has been what we have been talking about, that the guardrails for AI, because as of right now, there are still gray lines, because AI can do so much that borders around infringing in privacy. So is to strengthen these frameworks and these policies, to ensure that this infringement does not take place. So it is more in the direction of policies and frameworks to be put in place for the governance of AI and use and its implementation in different areas. That is the main thing. I think that is where the big talk should actually be, because right now you could just do anything and pretty much get any kind of result. But should you really be able to do anything and get any type of result? How far should you be able to go? So yes, so a lot of things borders around infringement because of AI. But when these policies are put in place or fully enforced, even in the UK, there are a lot of talk about, different kinds of frameworks to put in place. Earlier in the year, they were talking about even blocking paid for VPNs, public VPN, stuff like that. These things are not so clear. You know that it's a new thing, it's a new buzz. So a lot of people are trying to get a handle on it and really understand how it is. So to the question, governments, policies, frameworks, and guidelines are the things that will stop infringement. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for the contribution. I think we've just heard from St. Augustine College. He said, sorry, our audio is not working at the moment, but in all, we are grateful for the opportunity and we appreciate everything. Thank you for your donations and we really appreciate all your support. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we move on to our next conversation, which is still on the topic, but we want to hear from Mr. Akop. Perhaps there are other things that we need to chip in this conversation before we call it a day. Over to you, Mr. Akop.
Okay. Time is fast spent. We've already overshot our schedule by 15 minutes. Do we have any other game? Is that just one game? Or?
I think it's just one game.
It's just one game. Yeah. That's all right. So yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I had planned to talk about, though it doesn't, it does correlate with the topic, but not directly. It ought to have been our first series, which has to do with AI itself and how it works. Now, I wanted to mention this so that it will reduce the fear some people have about AI. Now, I had a long slide, but I'm not going to go into that now to talk about this. I'll just do it holistically from a high level. Sorry, from a high level, not holistically. So now, we all understand that AIs, they are models that they're trained, or they have to learn things to be able to do things. And what they do not know, they do not know. Now, for example, a model, an AI can be trained to, because it's another question. The question is, what is the difference between AI and automation? So, because 20 years ago, we had automation, things automatically happen in manufacturing industry. Is that AI? That is not AI. Why that is not AI is that is just one directional. What it has been told to do, in the sense that is programmed step by step, logical flow, and that is all it can do. It cannot deviate. It cannot do any other thing, because AI can deviate. It can branch off. That's what that makes it intelligent. How does it do it? Now, the traditional AI, how it works is this. You train it with things. You tell it, this is a cat. This is how cat looks like. It has 4 legs. It has this color and that color. And you give it billions of examples, pictures, all sorts of information about a cat. So when you bring anything that looks like a cat, it references those pictures, those things that it now knows, and it can tell you that this is a cat, But if you bring something that looks like a cat but is not a cat, it can score it maybe 90% and give you an output that is a cat, whereas you know that it's not a cat, but it was not trained for that. So unless you train it again for that new thing before it now knows. But with advancement, it can now branch off. When it doesn't know something, it branches out and now does its own research to pull up data, to update its own knowledge, and to be able to give you an answer, which is now mimicking human-like type behavior. So why am I saying this? There are a lot of things that we as humans, we are dynamic, unpredictable people. So many things that we can do, and you cannot say AI can replicate a human capability 100%. It is not true as of today. The developers believe that super intelligence will come in the future, and at that time they will know so much that. But one thing you should know is that whatever they know it better than the best human being. So that is the thing. So because they are still limited, the scope is very wide now. That's why you can go to ChatGPT and type anything, type something in one maybe obscure remote village. They're able to find it out and give you information, a lot of information about it. But they still don't know everything, because it's the amount of information available to them is what they can use to give you answers. Sometimes they won't goof you. We all know that. They just tell you something that is just crazy. You'll be wondering what kind of thing is this one. So that should put your mind at ease, because like I said, when we're talking about if AI is going to take jobs away, AI is not going to be able to maybe tell, explain. So let's say, for example, you were working on something, that requires emotional connection, understanding. AI might not really be able to. There are some emotions they can interpret, but you as a human being, you have that gift to be able to pick things differently when you see it. That is what I wanted to say. And I'm saying this because AI is not all knowing. It's not all knowing, so we can kind of, be at ease a bit, so that's my contribution. I thought I should put.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. At this juncture, we'll be wrapping up the conversation for today. Always a delight to have every one of you here to engage in the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nemeka, I can see that you are watching us from your office. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're happy to have each and every one of you. If there are no questions, I'll quickly just highlight that we have a WhatsApp group where we converge. We have conversations there. So you have conversations, you have questions that you want to ask, you can put it up there. We have people who would respond to your question. We have debates back and forth, people just, iron sharpening iron, that kind of a thing. And so if there are new innovations in this space where we are having this conversation about, we share it on the group, and then you are able to stay ahead of the curve. Another thing that would enjoin you to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put the links in the comments. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you always know when we are, for example, maybe you're not on WhatsApp for any reason, you just see the pop-up when we come live on YouTube, and you also know when we put up content on our YouTube channel. Another thing I want you to do for me is to another thing I want you to do for me is to follow us on our Instagram and our Facebook. We're also on LinkedIn. So follow us on all of these platforms so that if we have conversations, you are part of the conversation and you're able to contribute your perspective to the conversation. We hope to host you someday in a physical experience. I'm just putting that out there in your heart so that you just keep looking forward to it. But before we go, I'd like to give Mr. Ako an opportunity to give us a closing remark before we call it a day. It's been an amazing time facilitating this conversation. My name is Andrew Inaweka, your moderator for this session, and I'm happy to be here, courtesy the host, Mr. Ako of SoftSpot Communications Limited. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Andrew. Very brilliant. Thank you, everyone. Finally, as we wrap up Tech Grid 4.0, I want to thank our brilliant speaker, our main speaker, all our speakers, and all the different perspectives and the lovely questions they put forward. Thank you very much, our wonderful organizers. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate all the work that you do. And of course, you are amazing audience. It's because of you that we're together. There's a saying that if you call a party and there are no guests or people to come and eat the food, then it's a failure. That you have come today. We are so happy and we're so proud. Thank you very much. Please continue to watch this space because we have other ones coming up, So we have explored how AI is reshaping finance, not only through algorithm and automation, but by challenging us to think differently about value, trust, and opportunity. And don't worry, AI may be quick to analyzing stock charts, but it can't explain to your kids why their pocket money needs to be invested in bonds. And then also now get them to understand absolutely. Your child will be wondering, what are you talking about? AI cannot get, AI is not able to communicate that way, And I'm yet to see an AI that can smile politely to me, your people, the way bankers do, while explaining hidden bank charges. AI cannot do that one. AI will just slam it to you and tell you straight, So I'm going to leave you with this thought. The real disruption in finance is not machine replacing people, but people who learn to work smarter with machines. So I invite everyone to level up, embrace it, level up. You need to build capacity in AI, in its use, in its adoption, implementation. Just find the direction you're comfortable with and just level up. That's the future Tech Grid is all about, human and AI, working side by side to build a stronger, more inclusive financial ecosystem. Thank you once again for being part of this journey. Until Tech Grid 4.3, coming up soon, keep questioning, keep building, and keep daring to imagine what's possible. Thank you very much. Can't hear you.
So quickly before you go, I want us to take a group photograph. So if you can, please turn on your
that's
camera.
true.
Turn on your camera.
Please turn on your cameras. Yeah, that's correct. That's very correct.
Turn on your camera if you can quickly.
Please turn on your cameras,
guys. Let's take a group photograph. Let's do this today. Turn on your cameras. Yes. I see they are see. Mr. Simeon, it's good to see you here. I think a recommendation. I think Mr. Simeon is someone we should bring in. We should have brought him in for this finance conversation because he's big on blockchain.
Thank you, Simeon. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the honor. My guys are here. I see big guys here too. Mr. Eliho.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Where's Eliho? I can't see Eliho.
Eliho is here too.
Are you guys seeing all the pictures?
Let's take a group photograph.
Sorry, can we have the full? Do you have the full all the view from your side?
I have a full screen here.
Oh, good. I don't have. I
have a full screen here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to increase it. Let me increase it to. Trying to increase it to. Yes. Mr. Eliho is here. Wow, good to see you here, sir.
My brother Obi, thank you. I just flipped now. I'm seeing all the way from the United Kingdom. Thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Fortune Musa, you are a pillar. Thank you very much. Your presence is always so encouraging. Thank you.
Well done, sir. Good to see you. I post this picture. Good to see you. Good to see you. Say cheese. Say cheese. Say cheese. Let me post this picture. Systems. Don't delete that. Don't delete that. System, don't delete that. Use Windows. No. This game, what did you do?
Eliho, I know you have is 10K camera you have. It's not all 4K. On the camera, let's see your face because you are technology. You are one of the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good to see you here, sir.
Good to see you.
So sorry, I couldn't join on time, but you know.
But it's all right. You're right. Seeing you is good. It's good.
Yeah.
Well done. I mean, everyone, thank you.
They covered finance. They covered healthcare.
Yeah. Just the key things. We're just touching on the key things. We are hoping that it will help people. I want to get someone, yes, to come and say, I attended the Tech Grid. That's the reason why I took this direction and things turned out much better. That's one person is all, and we are good. You know, so we can scale that to whatever number. So please, it's important that
We're doing agriculture soon.
Agriculture is coming. Engineering is coming. I know engineering is going to be a bit hardcore, but it's coming. Yeah, we're going to touch all of them.
Sounds good. Well done.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, beautiful people. We've taken our photograph. We're going to post it on the group so you can also share. Please do well to follow us on our social media platform. Somebody's just joining us now that we have taken our shot already. Well, anyways, so see you in our next Tech Grid series where we continue to champion this conversation so that we stay ahead of the curve. Thank you once again to our host, Mr. Ako Agenome, for making this possible, to SoftSpot Communications Limited for making this possible, and all the amazing team behind the scene working to make this possible. Thank you very much, and see you on the next series. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Samuel UK. Thank you. Thank you. Stevens, Hezekiah. Thank you, Tomiwa. I greet you. Lots of things we learned today. Thank you, everyone. I don't know your guest three. I mean, if I know your name, I will call it. And thank you, goodness. People I can see here, we appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Thank you, Simeon, again. St. Augustine O'Gara, Reverend Father Tugundu, please, people should greet him for us. Thank you, John Ifenudu. Thank you very much. There's somebody's name that is guest. I don't know who the person is. Thank you, Victor. Yes, I can see what's sharp up behind you. Thank you so much. Who's guest 3? Sorry, not guest 3.
Exactly, guest 3. I was going to ask too.
Guest 3, and the person next to goodness. Thank you, Umar Abdul Malik. Where is Samuel? Samuel Gaisibo. Where is he? The one that fails people in the Slido. Thank you very much. My name is showing a lot of people's faces, so I cannot even call their names. So Cecily, thank you. Sally, thank you. Who else? Emmanuel Elekomo, thank you. Dr. Ofong, thank you very, very much. Thank you all the way from the United Kingdom. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tejri, thank you. My name is showing in many people's accounts. I don't really understand. Juliet, thank you. Juliet Allo, thank you. Carmel Namachi. Oh, okay, you have taken a blessing away. Blessing, thank you very much. Thank you. Precious, thank you. Appreciate it. Jared, Kate, thank you very much. Yeah, this Samuel, Gaisibo, Nabil are seller plays. Champion seller plays. And champion Cesare. Cesare didn't join the game. Thank you all. We appreciate it. For everyone, you know, I mean, there's some names here that is hidden. Omotayo, Esther, Adesui. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you, everyone, for this, for honoring us. We appreciate it. Please spread the word about TechGrid. Let people know, because we are going to pack something good, probably in about a month from now. You know, so we'll let you know, since you're in our mailing list. We'll send out emails, and hopefully we can have you and other people